Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yo, what's good, original crew, man? We're back. Hey, we gotta watch Mojo. Y'all recently watched this. What was it? About a week ago? Mm-hmm. But we got 10 shocking details that Netflix, The Perfect Neighbor, left out. You think they had enough detail in there for you? You cried, didn't you? You cried watching this, didn't you? She said, don't be putting all my business out there. And then I did see that, I don't know who has it, but I did come across the actual body cam. It was released way before YouTube. I mean, way before Netflix. Mm-hmm. I think it was like a year or two ago. Because this happened, what, a few years ago, right?
Yeah. I can't remember. It's like 2023, 2, 3.
I can't remember.
Yeah, but a few years ago.
Yeah. So I guess the body cam came out right out there. And then, yeah. Hey, make sure y'all check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go. If you want to first support, all you got to do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video,
like it with a thumbs up.
And I'm sure all of us have experienced a neighbor somewhat, not necessarily on this level, but somewhat on this level as a kid. That, you know what I'm saying, you playing with your group of kids in the neighborhood, y'all having fun, and it's this one neighbor, one individual in the neighborhood who's overly sensitive about the kids having fun. They're too loud. Mm-hmm. Did y'all ever have people call the police on y'all when y'all was
I
kids?
told you that.
Yeah, we did too. Like
the woman that used to stay across the street from my grandma.
They used to call the police on us all the time because we used to be outside playing basketball.
Yeah.
But then, you know, it's a crowd of us. We ain't doing nothing. Like, it used to be very isolated, just hooping, having fun. You know where my mom stay at, so that's dead end. Mm-hmm. So we're not in nobody way.
Yeah, she was
and
so
people used
weird.
To call the police.
She was so she'll come outside and then she'll just have her hands in her pockets. She'll just be staring at me, mugging. Then she'll go back in. She'll come back out. Then she'll be looking. Then she'll end up saying something. Then if the ball, like if we was playing ball and the ball went in her yard.
Oh, you did say that. You did say that before.
I'm not going to get that ball. What are y'all going to do? Who break? Rock, paper, scissors. Somebody going to get the ball. Somebody got to go get the ball. But it was just so crazy. She was so crazy.
And I'll say this. I don't know if she was buying or renting. But I'm talking about this one right here. But if she was renting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But let's get into it, though.
I've never heard anything negative about this lady or anything.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're looking at details concerning the killing of Ajike AJ Shantrell Owens that Netflix's The Perfect Neighbor left out, as well.
She said she don't think...
I don't think we did. I like
little... make sure you check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
If we haven't already, y'all check out the links down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video.
Liking it with a thumbs up. I think we did.
I don't know.
And don't forget to hit that subscribe button either. I think we did, but I don't know. I can't remember.
Killing of Ajike AJ Shantrell Owens that Netflix's The Perfect Neighbor left out, as well as developments that have transpired since the documentary's release. There will be spoilers.
Even in my questioning and the police report, I said I don't remember firing the gun.
How the filmmakers got this footage. This documentary primarily relies on police body cam footage.
Ma'am, can I talk to you real quick? Yes, ma'am.
The filmmakers also utilize cell phone recordings, 911 calls, and surveillance videos from interrogations. At times, the audience can't believe what they're watching, not just due to the injustices taking place on screen, but also the fact that the filmmakers were permitted to use this footage.
So, but you had already contacted 911. Yeah.
But isn't this footage technically like public domain? Like, cause I do know people said with documents, sometimes you gotta pay for it, but it's accessible to the public. I think any situation, any case, anything like that, I think is available for whoever. It's not like private information. I guess certain things are due to court proceedings, but especially once the case is over, evidence is open. Sometimes I've seen where, I don't know, I guess you gotta be a lawyer or something, but you can go in and do research and documentation on certain cases that's already, so you can
have
be able
some
to get
type of credentials to be able
yeah. But some things like the murder weapon and stuff like that you can have, but.
Did they advise you that someone was responding, an officer was responding?
One might assume that such material will be off limits to the public, especially for theatrical exhibition. Owens' mother, Pamela Diaz, was granted access through the Freedom of Information Act, which allows unreleased government records to be disclosed upon request. According to director Geeta Gondabir, the raw clips were a mess when it came to them. Going through them all, though, Gondabir saw potential to tell Owens' story as a documentary.
Just relax, ma'am. At this point, there's nothing we can do.
The jury didn't spend much time deliberating. Following Owens' fatal shooting on June 2, 2023, neighbor Susan Louise Lorenz was charged with manslaughter. The Perfect Neighbor doesn't dedicate much time to Lorenz's trial, although several brief clips are shown over the credits.
Sure.
Did you force her or threaten her in any way to get her to talk to you this second time on June 6th?
No, sir.
The 6-person jury was entirely white, much to the disapproval of Owens' family. According to the Marion County Court Clerk's office, only 8 of the 70 potential jurors initially polled were black. Despite not being the most diverse jury, they ultimately came back with a guilty verdict on August 16, 2024.
We, the jury, find as to count 1 of the charge. The defendant is guilty of manslaughter.
It didn't take long for them to arrive at this unanimous decision. The jury reportedly spent just over 2 hours deliberating before reaching their verdict, which led to Lorenz's 25-year prison sentence 3 months later. Susan Lorenz is facing a wrongful death suit. Lorenz's legal issues didn't end with her trial.
Which, technically, it does qualify for a wrongful death suit. What's going to make it even worse for her is the fact that she was found guilty for this. So 9 times out of 10, will she win or lose that? Possibly she's gonna lose, and she's gonna owe millions.
I arrived on scene.
But how do you recover your millions if somebody? That's a good question. Does who end up having to pay that out?
Question.
It was complete chaos.
During the summer of 2025, a little less than a year after Lorenz was found guilty of manslaughter, Owens' family filed a wrongful death suit against her killer. Shortly before filing the suit, Pamela Diaz described the past 2 years as the hardest, toughest journey she's ever been on. It's been filled with grief, sadness, and despair.
It was a very hard watch, very necessary.
According to court documents, the family is seeking damages that exceed $50,000. Time will only tell what the outcome will be. For now, Owens' family is moving forward with the Standing in the Gap Fund. In addition to fighting to repeal Florida's Stand Your Ground law, this cause is dedicated to helping families who have endured loss from race-related violence.
So it is educational, it's enlightening, and it's true.
Owens' children were considered to testify. The documentary...
I think the Stand Your Ground law, I think a lot of people take that out of context or don't really understand the law. They just hear it. I have the right to protect myself. But it's deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, I'll say this, because similar to the I don't know if you watched the video I sent you last night with the dude, the guy that supposedly had shot the guy in the mall yesterday. Back in Memphis. You didn't watch the video.
I can't see a lot of videos you sent me.
No, it was literally, you can see it.
Okay, well, I didn't see it.
But it was, he's claiming self-defense. I'm like, you gotta understand also the state you live in. You can't just holler out self-defense. Self-defense is literally if you have no escape, there's no barrier. If there's a barrier in between you two, you cannot. You know what I'm saying? And if there's absolutely no escape, especially in a public dwelling.
Yeah, you said that.
So, referencing that situation, does he got a case for self-defense? Possibly not. In this case, was it self-defense? No, you was inside your home. You could have, all the times you called the police, she was knocking at your door, you could have called the police then and said, hey,
Yeah.
I have a neighbor coming and banging on my door.
Yeah, and yeah.
And you could have possibly barricaded yourself in your bathroom.
You wouldn't have the need to do that.
No, I'm just saying, say for instance, if you are in fear, I'm saying if you're in fear, then you're inside your home. You can put barriers in between you and the individual. Now, if the person broke the barrier, then you have the right to protect yourself. But no one had broke the barrier.
Shows neighbors and police officers speaking at Lorenz's trial.
And Miss Owens told you that she said to Susan Lawrence on that night, the next time you walk up on my kids, you're gonna have to take it up with me. Right? Correct.
The prosecution had a long list of potential witnesses. Among them were Owens' 2 eldest sons, Isaac and Israel. Pamela Diaz didn't want to see her grandsons take the stand, which would require them to relive the trauma of losing their mother.
They also did not introduce any of the children's deposition testimony as evidence.
At the same time, Diaz was open to the boys testifying if that's what it took to see justice. In the end, Owens' sons weren't called to testify. Diaz has taken in Isaac and Israel, along with her granddaughter, Africa, and youngest grandchild, Titus, who was only a toddler when his mother was taken. It's been a distressing experience, but Owens' children have strived to honor their mother's memory.
I love my daughter, and I lost her, but I had more time with her. They have such a limited time with her.
Pamela Diaz doesn't buy Lorenz's apology. Despite maintaining her innocence throughout the trial, Lorenz would acknowledge some wrongdoing on her part shortly before sentencing.
It is with heavy heart and great remorse I write this letter to you.
Lorenz apologized for taking Owens' life, wishing she could trade places with her. At the same time, Lorenz asserted that she didn't intend to kill Owens. Lorenz also claimed she had no issues with people of color, having previously been married to a Middle Eastern man.
This is not about race.
Judge Robert Hodges nonetheless sentenced Lorenz to 25 years.
With credit for 538 days.
Although not the maximum sentence, the outcome satisfied Diaz. She wasn't satisfied with Lorenz's so-called apology, however. As Diaz saw it, Lorenz's words were a last-ditch attempt to save herself. Diaz didn't sense any remorse or sincerity from Lorenz. Regardless, Diaz is ready to take the next step in the healing process.
Susan's apology was a last-ditch attempt to save herself. It wasn't sincere. She never showed remorse.
Why Lorenz didn't take the stand? At trial, Susan Lorenz had the right to give the jury her account of what happened the night Owens died. Lorenz's defense team advised her not to take the stand, however.
The defense rested its case today with...
You think she should have took the stand? No, I'm just saying, honestly, there was no need for her to take the stand. So I'll just say I'll go from it on that part. Because at the end of the day, you were already, everything, they had all the evidence.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, all the body cam footage is so long. So her taking the stands wouldn't have helped or hurt, to be real. It just would have been a waste of everybody's time, I feel like. Because we got every perspective, like, the whole body cam, the whole Netflix documentary, even, all you had to do is show that. Show excessive harassment over the... Because the kids were playing in the field, bro. They be playing in the field, playing... Now... Can kids be kids and be on some petty shit? Yeah, kids are kids. So sometimes I was like, man, them kids ought to be a little petty.
No, my thing is just...
But kids are kids, though.
My thing is just
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, just keep it at that. Kids are being kids. Some kids weren't doing nothing to you or bothering you. Them kids outside playing football, running around, playing hide and seek. Like, they were doing nothing to you.
Yeah.
Their presence alone bothered you.
Yeah.
Like... Be for real.
And you move there, it's a community. You can tell, like, there's a lot of kids in the community. Just suck it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, kids, we always talk about how kids need to go outside more. At that time, I was happy. I was like, damn. Kids are outside. They ain't iPad babies. They're running, they're racing, they're like having fun, laughing, building lifelong memories. Supposed to, but now I would want to forget all this stuff. I don't want to have no remembrance of this. You know what I'm saying? All them kids, black or white, will be scarred for life.
It'll be different if it's like 2 o'clock in the morning and it's all this commotion going on and stuff like that. But they were outside during the day, you know, whatever, playing, having fun, doing what kids do. And you're calling the police for kids being kids. Be for real. Constantly, every day.
It's just excessive. And then the police keep telling you, like, yo, shorty, like, chill. They're kids, being kids. It was a bright thing to see kids outside playing, because a lot of kids don't even do that nowadays.
Now, the suspect, Susan Lawrence, taking the stand.
The defense ultimately rested without ever calling upon Lorenz, who declined the opportunity to speak. While Lorenz agreed to this legal strategy, she came to regret it.
Were you satisfied with your defense team?
No.
If she could go back, Lorenz says that she would have testified, alleging that her door couldn't protect her from Owens. Although she believes that 2 other witnesses could have backed this claim up, Lorenz's credibility as a witness is questionable to say the least. Considering how Lorenz is seen advocating for herself in The Perfect Neighbor, it's hard to say if her testimony would have changed the jury's verdict.
I, honest to God, thought she was going to kill me. And it was fear. It was fear. I feared for my own safety.
Lorenz's PTSD defense. While the defense didn't have Lorenz testify, they did call multiple expert witnesses, which included a forensic technologist, a 3D forensic analyst, and a law enforcement trainer who discussed psychology, despite lacking such a license.
Anxiety is caused by not necessarily the threat, but how you appraise the threat, and that's based on what you think your coping mechanisms are.
Lorenz's sister also spoke, claiming that they were raised in an abusive household, surrounded by mental illness and substance use.
Was your father physically strong?
Yes, he was a sheetrocker, and he worked in, construction, so he was very strong.
Another expert witness suggested that Lorenz could be living with post-traumatic stress disorder due to her upbringing.
So it's very important to know that psychological trauma is deeply biological, and that trauma comes back sometimes not only as a memory, but as a reaction.
The defense reiterated this at her sentencing, although the prosecution argued that PTSD wasn't the cause of the crime. While the judge agreed that Lorenz likely has PTSD, he didn't believe her mental health excused what he called very aggravated manslaughter. He added that Lorenz's actions were completely unnecessary.
Miss Lawrence was behind the door was locked. She had already called law enforcement. They were en route.
The director's connection to Owens.
Oh.
Director Gita Gondaby.
Did you? That she had already called law enforcement. I had kind of stepped away and was talking to everybody when that, like, towards that part. But she had already called law enforcement, and that what the judge just said. She had already called law enforcement. And
I heard what he said. I just can't remember as far as that part on the documentary, because I just remember police coming, but I thought they had came because one of the sons had ran to one of the neighbors and was like.
But did she say she couldn't locate her phone?
So I don't know if he's talking about she or the mom had already. I don't know which one. I don't know which one he's referring to, because I don't remember that on the documentary as to who called. But yeah, on the documentary she did state that she couldn't locate her phone. That's why she didn't call. Yeah. But I'm like, you sure can locate it any other time, but all of a sudden tonight you can't.
But you can locate your gun.
But you can locate that, right? Like, be for real.
Called law enforcement. They were en route.
The director's connection to Owens. Director Gita Gondaby previously served as the editor on Spike Lee's Peabody, an Emmy Award-winning documentary, If God is Willing and the Creek Don't Rise.
We all know there's blood in that BPR.
Gondaby went on to direct multiple documentary projects, including The Perfect Neighbor. This feature was especially personal for Gondaby, whose sister-in-law, Kim, was best friends with Owens. Upon learning of Owens' death, Gondaby flew to Florida and started filming.
And so when this happened, we immediately got a phone call about the fact that Ajike had been murdered.
She didn't set out to make a documentary. Gondaby was merely shooting footage to raise media attention in case Lorenz walked free. When Owens' family acquired the body cam footage, it was purely for legal purposes. It wasn't until after going through the footage that Gondaby got the idea to make this documentary, with Owens' family giving their blessing.
Ajike losing her life is not just a story of tragedy. It's not a story of sadness or trauma. It is an opportunity for real hope, change.
Ajike Chantrell Owens' life. While the film explores Owens' tragic death in great detail, only so much time is dedicated to her upbringing or personal life.
She had love. She had compassion.
Owens was born in 1988, growing up to attend the College of Central Florida and Hillsborough State College. She was the single mother of 4 children, balancing parenting with being the head guest department manager at a McDonald's. Despite having to work, Owens still found time to take her son to football practice and support her daughter at cheerleading.
She didn't just kill someone, she killed someone's mom.
She not only left behind her children and mother, but also a brother, godparents, extended family, and friends. Owens is remembered as a community leader, a devoted Christian, and a selfless mentor whose lack of resources didn't prevent her from giving.
She chose you over her. That's what mothers do.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our
channel. That's deep. Real mothers do choose. Damn. Because it's so many times, you know what I'm saying, a lot of us who grew up in single-parent households understand that mother do choose you over them, while a lot of times the father chooses them over the kids. So.
And switch on notifications.
Susan Lorenz's interview after sentencing. In September 2025, 9 months after The Perfect Stranger premiered in Sundance, and almost a year after she was found guilty, Lorenz sat down to speak with ABC affiliate WCJB.
So as someone of faith, how did you end up here?
Bad, a very unfortunate series of events.
The interview was conducted at South Florida's Homestead Correctional Institution, where Lorenz alleged that the neighborhood kids had once threatened to set her on fire and that Owens had threatened her life.
I said she was pounding on my door, she was threatening to kill me.
Lorenz claimed she wasn't capable of manslaughter, despite acknowledging that she did kill somebody. While Lorenz has written letters to Owens' family, they haven't been sent.
Have you sent it to them?
I don't know if I can.
Lorenz says she has no animosity towards Owens, but she is pursuing an appeal that the public defender wants no part of. Assuming the appeal doesn't go anywhere, Lorenz won't be released until April 8th, 2048.
You might be in your mid-80s before you leave here, or you might not leave here at all. How have you reconciled that?
Day by day.
Did you watch The Perfect Neighbor? Let us know in the comments.
Is it manslaughter? Yes. Is it first degree? I would say first degree is hard to prove, so I don't really like pushing first degree because it's one of those things where you're damn if you do, damn if you don't type of situation. Mm-hmm. And if you try to force it, it can not weigh in your favor. Yeah. A proper conviction.
Some sort of.
But manslaughter for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, man. But hey, she got nothing but years to think about her situation. Her choices that she made, you know. Yeah. And
I'm sorry.
No, I'm finna just say time and time again, you know what I'm saying? One thing I think we all need to work on is patience. I think everybody still needs to be able how to work on patience and loving one another besides whether or not they look like you, act like you, come from the same background as you, and understand people. We all come from different backgrounds and different circumstances, and no one person is perfect, you know? Stop just judging, you know what I'm saying? Them kids could have, man, you know, all this could be 100% totally different if you took if she took a different approach in the situation. How about instead, you know what I'm saying, you could have had, hey kids, got bottled water. Y'all play out here all the time. You got some bottled water here for you. Man, them kids would have been like, yo, what's her name? Susan. They would have called you Mama Susan. You need some Mama Susan? Because you would have been a neighborhood grandma. You could have became that where they looked out for you and rolled hard for you. Instead, you took a whole different approach. Because I'm sure we all had that older person in the neighborhood where she just cared about the kids in the neighborhood, wanted them to see them do great in life. And whether or not she lives to see them do great, they always, you know.
Yeah.
Cause me, I had an older guy. He wasn't in my neighborhood, but he was a very influential individual in my upbringing, in my life, in those teenage years. I still talk about him to this day, don't I? Well, not all the time, but I still reminisce and talk about him. And he was the first person that really took me beyond my surroundings and let me know what else is out here in this world besides my parents, but an individual outside my household to show me. And just, he was an older white guy, but they gave back to the community. They had money. He didn't have to come do that, but he did. So even within his passing, it hurt the whole community. And we still reflect on that every time we get together. We talk about him. We uplift his name in positive spirits because he was just a great positive person. And so many people know him beyond, you know what I'm saying, us. But hey, y'all spam us up, man. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts about it for us in the comments down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
Sierra Nicole.
We are.
Kid and C.
We are.
Ain't no time to kick it, got a stack of flip for my folks. Dollar, 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 dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar, 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 dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.